I lost my son.
My nephew.
My uncle.
My son.
On September 11th, 2001.
Most people don't know that a third tower fell on September 11th.
World Trade Center 7, a 47-story skyscraper, was not hit by a plane.
Although the official explanation is that fire brought down Building 7.
Over 1,200 architects and engineers have looked into the evidence
and believe there is more to the story.
Bring justice to my son.
My uncle.
My nephew.
my son.
And thousands of others who died on September 11th.
Go to building what?
Getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
My name is Luke Radowski. I'm a Brooklyn College student. Now, with all due respect, and I pardon the discretion, but this is a very important question. On a PBS documentary, Rebuilding America, you made an infamous quote saying, "Pull it." Now, you later released a press release saying that was the firefighters outside World Trade Center Building 7 and not 11. It's two questions. If you meant to pull the firefighters out, why didn't you say evacuate the firefighters? And there's also FEMA reports and first responders that I know personally that firefighters were already out that building before you made that statement. So can you please clarify your statement?
World Trade Center was brought down by a combination of events. The first was the falling antenna from the roof of the North Tower. That antenna came crashing down and sliced through the facade in the front of 7. As it did so, it ruptured fuel lines in the building, which fuel lines were there to serve the emergency generators for the city's, I forget the name of what was the name of the emergency response system. The city was located at the 7 World Trade Center. Nevertheless, that antenna sliced through the fuel lines, caught fire. That fire started to burn and burn intensively. That fire seemed to burn through the rest of the day. By, I forget what time it was, must have been around 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon. Clearly, that building was on its way down. And I remember receiving a call from which of the members of the fire department saying that this is a terrible problem and they're not going to be able to contain it. We also had been in touch with our people in the building who told us that all the personnel, all the people working in the building, all the personnel in that building had been evacuated. And at that point, it became obvious that building was on its way down. And by golly, it was the last of the buildings to go down on 9/11. Fortunately, it was the first of the buildings to go back after 9/11, and that's where it is today.
Thank you. That speaker in the rear. Thank you, sir. Regarding that quote, sir, the fire department commander at the time of 9/11 was Chief Daniel Nigro, and he recently made a statement in which he denied having that conversation with you about Building 7. And plus, we know from FEMA reports that the firemen were pulled out of the building much earlier in the day due to lack of water supply. So, sir, could you please get it on the record exactly who was it from the fire department that you spoke to about Building 7 on that day? Thank you.
Go on to the next question.
What an answer.
What an answer.
Can we get a response, sir?
Go on to the next question, please.
Okay.
3,000 people died, sir. Can we get an answer, please?
Answer.
Shame on you.
Answer.
You know, excuse me, let me just take it. Thousands of people's lives were lost on 9/11. There are thousands of pages of testimony as to what transpired. Millions of hours were spent analyzing what caused those Twin Towers to come down and thereafter 7. All of that is public record. We don't have to spend any more time on that.
Then why doesn't the government have explanation? Then why doesn't the government... Wait.
You're a criminal! Then why doesn't the government have an explanation, sir? If you do, why don't they?
Okay, then we're on.
Then why doesn't the government have an explanation, sir? If you do, why don't they?
Okay, first responder heard the countdown to blow Building 7 from 1 to 10.
Enough.
Okay,
The topic is the future of Lower Manhattan.
The building.
Sir, you're disturbing our
our educational mission here, which is
This is education.
You don't want to answer the questions, but first responders, they know what happened, and they're coming forward. So,
thank you for making your points. Our next question.
Give me a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
With an update as to what's happening there at the moment. Vince?
I can tell you I've just been a place that I have been to that, frankly, no firefighters want to go to. Behind me, you see burning 7 World Trade Center. I didn't know it at the beginning, at the tape you're about to see. I didn't know it was a 7 World Trade Center, but I know it now coming back. A 4-block radius has been cordoned off because fire officials expect that building to collapse.
Cars, debris everywhere. Again, you'll take a look at it. Again, this is not one of the Twin Towers. This is a building that fell just moments ago. It had been burning for hours. There's building 7, 47 stories down to the ground.
But thank goodness Vince had the foresight to move, and we're looking to hear from Vince here.
I think the most eerie thing was to look at the videotape of Vince and his photographer walking around the area and seeing how desolate it was.
Yes.
No bodies,
right.
Burned cars, debris, parts of buildings, cars, debris everywhere. Again, you'll take a look at it. Again, this is not one of the Twin Towers. This is a building that fell just moments ago. It had been burning for hours. There's building 7, 47 stories down to the ground.
But thank goodness Vince had the foresight to move.
Cars, debris everywhere. Again, you'll take a look at it. Again, this is not one of the Twin Towers. This is a building that fell just moments ago. It had been burning for hours. There's building 7, 47 stories down to the ground.